I haven't talked to my brother in months, and I think about it almost every day. Part of me feels guilty, part of me feels relieved, and I don't know which one I'm supposed to feel. I know I'm not the only one who's going through this. Today, we're talking about what happens when you stop talking to a family member and why it might be the right choice, even when it hurts. If you're new here, welcome to the Quest for Self. I'm Allie. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back. Today, we're talking about what happens when you stop talking to a family member and why protecting your peace might be the right choice. For months now, I haven't spoken to my brother, and it's one of the hardest things I've dealt with. My whole life, I dreamed of having a brother I was close to, a brother who always had your back. For a while, I thought I had that. But then some things happened. He got close with my ex, and I felt betrayed. I tried to talk to him about it, but he brushed it off, and that hurt. Then came an argument, words said in anger that I couldn't unhear. So I made a decision. I stepped back, not to punish him, but to protect myself. Almost every day I think about it. Part of me wants to reach out. Another part knows I'm not ready. And maybe he isn't either. I think about people who haven't spoken to their siblings in decades, and it breaks my heart. I don't want that, but I also can't force a relationship that isn't safe for me right now. Maybe you know this feeling too, the silence, the guilt, the grief. If you're in that space, sad, guilty, confused, I want you to know something. It's okay to protect your peace, even if it means distance, even if it disappoints people, even if it hurts. Here's what I've learned: not every family relationship is meant to be close. And that's really hard to accept when you grow up hearing that family is everything. But sometimes family causes more chaos than calm. So ask yourself, is this person making my life better or harder? I'm not saying cut people off at the first conflict, but if every interaction leaves you hurt or doubting your worth, that's not connection. That's a wound. And I've realized I can't make him want the same relationship I do. Waiting for him to change would be abandoning myself. So I've had to make peace with the distance, not because I don't love him, but because I love myself enough to step away. That's not selfish, it's surviving. The goal isn't disconnection forever, it's protecting your peace so you can heal. Maybe things will change someday, or maybe they won't. And I've had to sit with the scariest question: what if this is forever? What if we never fix this? But here's what I've realized: I can't control that. I can only control whether I keep hurting myself waiting. And I'm done waiting. If you're in a similar situation, I need you to hear this. You're not a bad person for needing space. You're choosing yourself, and that's okay. Here's what's helped me, and I hope it helps you too. One is stop waiting for them to reach out first. If you want to reconnect, do it when you're ready, but Don't rush healing. Two, grieve the version of the relationship you wanted, not the one you lost. You're mourning the idea of a sibling relationship you'll never have, or a relationship with a family member you might never have. And that grief is real. Let yourself feel it, and then let yourself move forward. Three, ask yourself honestly, does this bring chaos or peace? If it's chaos, step back. Maybe not forever, but for now. Protecting your peace is not selfish, it's self respect. And you don't owe anyone access just because you share DNA. Family is supposed to be the people who have your back, but sometimes they're not. And that's heartbreaking. It doesn't mean you're broken, it doesn't mean you failed. It means you chose yourself. And that's brave. And maybe one day, when both hearts are ready, love can find its way back. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of The Quest for Self. If this episode resonated with you and you have a few seconds, please give it a like or share your feedback with me in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you know someone who you think might need to hear this message, share it with them. Your support means a lot to me, and it helps others find this content. You can find me at The Quest for Self on all platforms. And one thing I always want you to remember is you don't have to earn your way to a better version of yourself. You're already becoming that person with every choice you make. Till next time.